Hi Vogue, my name is Alannah Walton.
Abbey Hoy.
Bergersen.
I'm 22.
I'm a fashion designer.
I'm based in Sydney.
From Sydney.
Originally from Perth and now based in Sydney.
The first moment that drew me to fashion was when I was at my auntie's alteration business when I was very little. I saw that she had a pile of off-cut fabrics. So I would used to rummage through it and kind of pick out fabrics that I thought would be well suited for my toys and make little dresses out of them.
My first piece that I would say I ever properly designed was my Year 12 major work.
A little denim jacket. It was straight from a spotlight pattern, and then I embroidered like snakes and flowers on it.
I'm still impressed by my efforts to this day.
There's themes in that work that still resonate with me today.
Yeah, this was it. It's really poorly made. How bad is this? So my ideas usually begin from personal and surrounding experiences, such as my childhood nostalgia and my dual heritage.
My creative process starts like this. These are my journals. I write a lot, I sketch a lot.
Even if it's just painting different shapes and experimenting with combining pastels and painting.
I'm half Chinese and half Australian, and I tend to look at old photographs and motifs that resonate with me or that are familiar.
Take those shapes and silhouettes that I created and start to like sketch them in pencil.
How am I going to make this and translate it into an actual garment?
When you find a really cool textile, you sort of have to experiment with how it shapes and how it sits on the body.
A long time of trial and error, a long time of disappointment until it flourishes into something that I'm probably accidentally happy with.
I think my design aesthetic is playful, nostalgic, and also youthful as well.
Animalistic, extravagant, and dramatic.
Personal, it's historical, and it's intuitive. My graduate collection was about the country that my mum's family is from. My grandparents migrated here from Malta in the 60s.
Grandma and my mum both know how to sew. When my mum was younger, my grandma made a jacket for my mum when she just graduated uni.
All of the imagery that I've placed in my collection all comes from my Maltese heritage, from stories that my grandparents have told me or from things that I've heard about the country.
And it's this oriental bomber jacket. And I was so inspired by it that I used it in my essay during uni. And it was called Evocative Garment.
Have you ever made a garment for your mum?
I actually haven't. I haven't. But I made my own bomber jacket and she can wear that.
I think a lot of my inspiration comes from the natural world. This dress is from my recent honours collection. It's inspired by birds and reptiles. I really wanted to create an animal hybrid that was extravagant and avant-garde, but still a beautiful dress.
Recently, I did some custom work for this artist named Grant Perez for his music video Dandelion, and I had to make a kind of a headscarf made out of the fabrication of one of my honours collection works, and it's a little like hat.
Cowhide, a crushed cowhide in a beautiful like mottled brown. She's really beautiful, and she also features a big piece of Bitzilla lace, or Bitzilla. Bitzilla means lace in Maltese, and these pieces were handmade for me in Malta by a woman called Murakami Lace.
If I could see my work on anyone in the world, I think it would be Gracie Abrams and also Lily Rose Depp.
I would have to say FK Twig. It would only be just because I listen to her music when making all my stuff.
I could definitely see a little old nunna walking the streets of Maliha in Malta wearing a really cool cinched leather jacket, all laced up, all dark leather. I can see it, and one day I want to style her.
So yeah, Ethan and I both applied to Melbourne Fashion Festival, and we were both lucky enough to get in out of thousands of applications that have applied.
Especially as someone who grew up in Perth and saved a lot of money and sacrificed a lot to sort of come here and study fashion. It was really rewarding to get to be in the show and to get people's actual industry feedback.
So the thing that I couldn't live without in my studio is my cutting table.
Can I say two?
I would have to say
She's actually a DIY job.
my knitting machine.
That is my knit machine.
Making different knit patterns and experimenting with different colours and different yarns.
It's my tailor's ham, so it makes all my armholes pressed nicely and no creases.
The most important thing, you want people to see or feel when they wear your work.
I really want people to see and feel the labour of love that has gone into every piece. I want them to be able to call their pieces she, like I call my pieces she.
I like the idea of wearing a garment that makes you feel like animalistic or feel like an alien.
I want people to feel a sense of nostalgia, warmth and curiosity, reminding them of cherished memories within the garment.
I want people to feel the time and effort that's been put into a slow piece of fashion.
I hope to see my work being stocked at stores such as Inku and Chinatown Country Club. I think that could be really cool. And I also see myself starting my own brand within the next 5 years.
I can see it in the wardrobes of women, men and everyone else who wants a really considered wardrobe that's full of high quality, meaningful, really good textiles.
At the moment, I've sort of been making work that is extremely experimental, but I'd love to refine that into my own brand and hopefully be a successful business as well.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye Vogue.